Hello guys and welcome back to Retron channel on YouTube again. So in today's video I'm going to show you on how to solve the file size and copy problem on your USB. So a lot of people had facing the same problem because they have their own USB and then they try to copy a very big file, something like a gaming file that exceed 10 gigabyte or even exceed 5 gigabyte that they can't even do any copying process into their USB. So as you can see, I have my USB in here. It's let me show you the wide range. I mean the entire capacity of the USB thumb drive. So get info. So I am now on the Mac OS, but it also works the same even on Windows. You cannot copy any big file. So now you can see I have my USB thumb drive, which is a MS-DOS FAT32 format, and with a capacity of 30.74 gigabyte, and I did have an available storage of 30.6 gigabyte, but the problem is I could not do any copy into, I cannot do any copy of any kind of big file into my USB. So I'm trying to open the file. A few days ago I tried to copy an Xcode, because Xcode is not that small, it's very big, and I tried to copy the Xcode to install on the other Mac. So let me show you the Xcode. So here's the Xcode. The Xcode file is, sorry, there's a little bit laggy. Okay, let it run first. Really sorry because of the laggy. I'll try to get an information. Get info. So here you can see there is 5.88 gigabyte size of the Xcode file. So now I'm trying to copy it. Try to drag and drop inside this one. No, okay, here you can see that it said the item Xcode 10 gm.zip cannot be copied because it is too large for the volumes format. So which means that you cannot copy the file into the USB just because it is very large inside. And now we try to Google it. So in this video I'm not only show you how to solve, but I also want to show you what is the exact problem and what is the reason that caused such a frustrated thing to happen. So now we try to Google file size limit of FAT32. So okay, let me find a MS-DOS FAT32 file size limit. Now here you can see it said FAT32 file size limit is 4 gigabyte. And then it said FAT32 is the file system used in older MS-DOS and Windows system. It has been replaced by NTFS in the newest Windows operating system. And Vista and Windows 7 do not even install into a FAT32 drive. So what they're trying to say is that the FAT32 is only support a copy process of a 4 gigabyte or below file size. So you cannot exceed any file size, you cannot copy any file size that exceeds 4 gigabyte. If you do the process of copying such a big file, it will result in such a situation that we have seen. But how do we solve this? That we have another solution to such a problem like that, because we know that Mac is an operating system from Apple, and also Mac is also have another format file size. Format to the storage device. So now, what is the format? Well, the format is the journal. What is that? Is it the FAT journal? Mac. Okay, Mac OS Extend Journal. So this is the Mac OS Extend Journal format. It is the same format as FAT32, but Instead, it is a MacBook Pro format. So now you can see the word. It said that modern Mac computer use the HFS plus file format, which is have a maximum file size limit of about 8 billion gigabyte. You can see the word 8 billion gigabyte, which is way bigger, way bigger than the 4 gigabyte limit of the FAT32. So this is the solution. So all you have to do is to format your file drive or thumb drive into the macOS journal or macOS Extend journal, and then you will be free with such a trouble of copying any big file. No matter how big it is, you can do it very smoothly. So now let's go. So how do we do that? How do we get our thumb drive to format as a MS journal? I mean, the journal, macOS journal, something like that. So it's very easy if you have your MacBook. But if you don't have your MacBook, probably you would have to borrow your friend or looking for any Mac OS system in order to format your hard drive. But remember, once you format into Mac OS file format like that, you could not do any processing of copy on Windows because Windows does not support such a format. You probably can't even view the file, but Mac OS, MS-DOS FAT32 is support both for copying and pasting the file in both operating system. But for Mac OS, it does not available in such a format, which means the journal format is not available to copy or paste any file inside your window. So now we will do the process to solving such a problem. We're going to Launchpad, and then we're going to the disk utility. Now we're going to open the disk utility. Gonna empty my file first. Now here we are in the disk utility. We let the disk to be load up. Probably a little bit laggy, but it's okay. So now you can see we set internal, which is our own hard drive, our own MacBook hard drive, and there's also an external, which is our USB thumb drive. So this is a 30 gigabyte thumb drive. The overall is 30, kind of 37, 30, around 32. Yeah, it's a 32 gigabyte thumb drive, and you can see the format is actually MS-DOS FAT32. So now all we have to do is to click on erase, and then change the name to any name you want. So I'm gonna leave my name right there, and then inside the format tab we're gonna choose Mac OS Extend Journal. So click on it, and then all you have to do is to click on erase. Now it will start the erase process of your hard drive and make it into Mac OS Journal format. So you can proceed the big file size copying very smoothly. So now let's try copy our file. Where is it? It's in download. So now, but before we do it, we just want to make sure we're going to get the information first. Now you can see that the volume is actually the same size. It's the 30 gigabyte with the format of a Mac OS Extend Journal. So now we're gonna close it. And now we're gonna copy the same thing. So let's get sure that this is the same file. Now here you can see 5.8 gigabyte on disk. So we're gonna copy it, paste it inside, and now we would see the copy process working. Here you can see it start copying and it proceed very quickly, very smoothly. So this is how you solve such a problem, solving of copying it copy big file issue into your USB. And also this is the reason that the process can be made, and this is also the solution of how the process can be made. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a thumb. And also I would probably send any comment in the upcoming future that said that I'm talk too much. Well, in this video, the reason that I talk too much is because I want you to understand what actually happened and then try to solve it step by step for you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and also subscribe to get even more video in the upcoming future. So thank you for watching and bye for now.